Are your eyebrows thin, but you like the shape? You just want to go a little fuller, but still look natural? Then this is going to be your video. I always touch on thin eyebrows and help you to make them a little fuller. So stick around and I'll show you how to do that. Hey everyone, it's Jasmine, your brow expert. Yes, you are looking at my eyebrows and thinking it's a little thin. So like I said earlier, that the brow model has a beautiful shape. It's just a little bit too thin, and I showed her how to make it a little fuller, and I'm going to show you how to make it a little fuller without looking too overly done. So I hope you stick around for this video, and if you like it, don't forget to push that like, and don't forget to subscribe. Today's going to be about a powder and pencil. I get a lot of clients asking me, can I use powder and pencil together? And of course you can, right? So this is definitely going to be your video, and without further ado, let's bring on the model. You know, I'm looking at her eyebrows thinking it's really not that thin. Mine are though. I have an old brow tattoo that I covered up with a concealer, and I think I made mine very thin. So the front of her eyebrows is actually pretty generous in size. A lot of us don't have the front that thick, so she's actually very lucky. But you know what? The tips are going to be still useful for any of you out there that have it even thinner than her. So just real quickly, I'm just going to show you a quick outline just to show you where I'm going to mainly focus on down below and above the eyebrows. If you guys have been subscribing and you watch my videos, you know that I always say above and below. So you can see just compared to the other side, what a big difference it already made, right? And you don't have to go this low, this thick, but the technique is what I want you to see and how I'm going to incorporate the powder and pencil. I'm also going to show you, as you can see right here, the before throughout the whole process, so that way you see the progress. And I hope that helps. Let me know if it does. So the ash brown dual powder, I'm using the brush back and forth. I mean, I'm getting the color back and forth. I'm also going to use the ash brown powder. And so when I say back and forth, I mean the powder is going to go like this way. I'm holding it very awkward here. Laying it down so that way the brush stays sharp. Before I apply the color, I always like to go with the highlighter. I always tell everyone it's optional to do it before, but I like it before because it creates like a stencil, if you will, just right underneath the eyebrows. Not only, obviously, it creates like a barrier, so that way if you get a little messy, it goes a little too thick, you have this underneath to give that kind of border. And also it always makes the eyelid smooth looking. It's not necessary to go all over the whole eyelid, but this particular highlighter is a pro pencil. It's an eyeshadow base, so you can put it all over your eyelid and put eyeshadow on top of it. But if you're on the oily side, you don't need to do that because it's just too emollient. But if you're in the combination dry, it's a good idea to do that. Okay, so back to the powder. So right up the top area. Now I'm not over exaggerating the eyebrows up there. I'm actually going right at the base. And I say this all the time, but I drag the brush down. Dragging it down will pull the product inside the eyebrows. And right at the tip of the brush is going right at the tip of the brush, meaning the tip of the root where your hair grows. Notice that I'm holding the brush laying down. I'm not holding it like this. I'm laying it down and I'm just going right the middle. If you go right up in the front first, it gets too dark. You want it to be darker in the middle and then towards the arch area. Arch is right here, pinch over the pupil. That is your arch. Imagine 2 o'clock. Okay, so I'm just kind of quickly, I'll do that side in just a second, but look at this. Going right at the base. You know, here's the reason why the highlighter is also important. When you do the highlighter, you're putting that color right between the skin, if you have, if you don't have any hair down there, and inside between that highlighter. And up in the front, the brush is just kind of dusting over, meaning you're just pulling up the brush this way. So that way the front doesn't get too dark. You're just applying that background. And again, let me just quickly go right over here. And then I'm laying the brush down. And then down below, I'm right-handed doing my left eyebrow. Always important for you to see that. I don't do this. You can, but then you spill the color too far down. I like to hold the brush this way. And then you go right inside that highlighter and your skin. If you have hair there, you're very lucky. So there you go. There's that side. Now this side, same deal. Okay, same deal. I'm not going to do too much on my this side of my eyebrow because I really want you to see what I'm doing here. Again, dragging the brush down, drag the brush down. So that way, again, you're pulling the color inside your brow hair, especially in that little middle area where you do have hair, right? But you don't want to drag it too much inside. The idea is to have it dark at the edge and then dark at the edge down below. Okay, because of course you already have hair inside. Putting more product on top of your own hair will make the hair darker. And then the areas where you don't have that much hair, you still see that deep separation, which is why I always say just focus mainly up here and then down below. Don't worry so much about the inside of your eyebrows because keep in mind, I'm just going to drag this hair, this color up, 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 so you could see. You know, it's always easy to do the right side, right? But here's that before and after. You can see already the before and after, right, from that split screen. So again, I just want you to see that I'm laying the brush, laying it over down below, and then combing the hair, meaning comb the brush up, right? Brush up, brush down, and then you just, you know, I always like to use my finger too. You don't always have to feel like you got to use a brush. So, and you know what? Once you're done, this is the time to see, okay, and clear brow gel. Very, very necessary because, you know, sometimes I forget to say this, but it's not just putting the hair up. It's also allowing the color to stay on much longer because it's like a sealant as well. Once you're done, that's when you look at it and go, okay, I can go a little higher here. That's the adjustment, but go back and forth. Just don't do one eyebrow then the other. But, you know, beautiful before and after, don't you think? I'm leaving my eyebrows alone so you see the difference on me. Big difference, right? And, you know, the thing I want you to look at when you're looking at me is don't look at it like, wow, it's fuller and it looks better. But then this shape doesn't look bad either. The reason why I always say fuller the better, it's not about making a full, like wider the better. It's about the balance of your face. And I have more of a wider square face, so I am best served with the fuller eyebrow. So the brow width, or the thickness, if you will, is really determined on the shape of your face. That's why I look a little bit more balanced if you looked at just this side of the eyebrows. There you go. As opposed to like this side, right? So that is the most important thing that I want you to remember, is that I'm always going to drive that home on every video, is about balance. And so proportion, balance. And again, if you don't have thick eyebrows, you were never born with it or you over tweezed it, I'm here to just show you how to tweak just a little bit. That's what it's all about, because I mean, that's why we put lipstick on. That's why we have makeup on, right? Just to adjust here and there. So I hope this tip helped. Please let me know if it did, because I need to know so that way I can keep doing what I'm doing, that I am reaching some of you, that I am helping. And thank you for some of you that have said that you're from this country or that state. It's always thrilling for me to know that as well. And that's why YouTube is important, right? I love YouTube. Who loves YouTube? I love YouTube. Anyway, so all the products will be written in the descriptions, including my makeup. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week.